Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, it's about the Esper balance adjustment notice, and this Esper balance is specifically for the Shimmer Esper only, and it will be updated at the next patch, I believe, because this update here is posted on April 8, which is today when I'm recording this video. So there's 5 Esper getting an Esper balance. So this Esper balance here is no nerf. Every single thing here is a buff. Alright, so let's take a look here one by one. The first one is Unas. So Unas actually get a buff, right? Unas is actually very strong in R6, right? Every time you crit, you get an AP push your team. That's why Unas is very broken in Desolate Land. But now they even make Unas even better, even at R0. So let's take a look here. Ability 1 here, you deal damage to enemy 3 times based on max HP. You no longer skills with attack, you skills with max HP. So max HP skilling for Unas, and then you have a 60% chance of inflicting defend down, increase all AP upon a crit. So this increase all AP upon a crit is actually the previous R6 effect from our Unas. So let me show you the in-game currently. So you can take a look here, Unas R6 effect. Upon a crit, all allies get AP push. So instead of R6 here, they're gonna move it to R0. So R0, you're gonna have this effect already, which is what Unas is gonna be very strong. So this is a major change for Unas because you no longer need an R6 Unas to actually be very strong in Desolate Land. As long as you have a 1 copy of Unas, then he will help you AP push for a Desolate Land very easily. And not to mention, with this effect applied at R0, you are able to use your Unas with Lapis together, because previously I make a video, this Unas R6 effect is the best pair effect with Lapis. So with this effect R6 move to R0, your Lapis can be actually used in the Desolate Land very easily. You no longer need a R6 Unas to actually pair with it. And then they changed something, the damage deal and damage bonus from speed are now both based on max HP. So if we take a look, Unas S1, your speed here grants extra damage and give you 1% attack, but now your speed here will give you max HP damage. So Unas is no longer skilling with attack percentage, it's going to skill with max HP percentage. And then the team-wide AP boost from a crit is available at Rezo 0, which is the increase all allies AP upon a crit. So you no longer need R0. So this is the major change already. Then R2, at the end of Unas' turn, if he can take action, which means if he is not stunned, he will grant immunity to all his teammates for 1 turn. Then he will gain 1 stack of haste upon landing a crit, stackable with a limit. So haste increase speed. So if we take a look here, the passive originally, you will give immunity if he can take action. So this is what he does, right? But here mentioned excluding himself. But if we take a look at this patch note here, let's say they don't actually typo or type something wrong, it will give all to his teammate. I don't know if it's including himself or not. So let's say they still don't include himself, so will still exclude himself. Then at the end of enemy turn, so instead of the end of enemy turn, now is at the end of Unas' turn. No, it's at the, sorry, whenever you crit, you get 1 stack of haste. So cause previously for you to get haste stack is at the end of enemy turn. So haste give you 30 speed. So assuming they don't change the haste stack, it's gonna increase you 30 speed. As long as you crit, then you'll get 1 stack of haste. And this one here is also at Rezo 0. Haste now is gained upon landing a critical hit, no longer expired after a single attack. It can now stack infinity. In addition, stack limit and the stats granted per stack have been adjusted. Oh, maybe it's not 30 speed anymore. Maybe 10 speed per stack, and then up to 3 stack. Let's see. Then your S3 here inflicts sear to all enemy for 2 turns, cause originally you don't inflict sear, you only does damage and also AP push 30%. So you still AP push 30%, and then your speed is extra damage based on your max HP. Then now you inflict sear. Then your they don't change the R2 effect, so your R2 here still grants attack up for everyone. Then your R4 effect here, upon crit, 100% chance of dispelling 1 buff from the target, because originally it's only 20% chance. So now 100% chance will make Unas actually be a dispeller as well, as long as he crit. Then R6, whenever you increase the teammate AP, which is the effect from your S1, the AP push here upon a crit, then you give everyone 1 stack of haste. So instead of himself, so let's say the haste here will give 30 speed, right? But I think they will change it to 10 speed. Then now everyone will also get haste stack, so everyone also get the speed boost. So it's actually R6 Unas now will no longer be an AP pusher, because the AP push will go to the R0. R6 Unas here will also give your whole team extra additional speed. Depends on how many speed the haste stack provide and how many stack you can give. Then other adjustment, you increase the base attribute, so maybe Unas get a higher base attribute like higher HP, and captain ability has been updated. So I'm curious as this part as well, because originally the captain ability here is only affecting for triple threats, 35% speed. So as a Shimmer, maybe they no longer just limit into triple threats. Maybe they're gonna put it for PvE as well. We'll take a look at this part. But for now, Unas is going to be one of the best choice for Desolate Land. But with this Unas change here, even at R0 Unas, you're able to use him at Desolate Land. Everyone can use Unas. Okay, then the other one, Jiang Jiuli. Your S1, your damage have been increased and the Seer effect cannot be resist. So originally Jiang Jiuli already have Seer, but it can be resist. But now your Seer cannot be resist from Jiang Jiuli and increase the damage deal. Then R2 at Rezo 0, you gain an extra effect. After attacking, deal splash damage to one enemy. You ignore the defense based on this attack, and then you also recover HP. So you have life steal and splash damage, and gain a random damage bonus in demon mode. Oh, cause originally Jiang Jiuli's splash damage is at R6, right? Yeah, this one. So Jiang Jiuli R6 effect, the splash damage have been moved to R0. So now Jiang Jiuli at R0 is able to get the R6 effect of Jiang Jiuli currently in global server. Major change as well for Jiang Jiuli. And then S3 damage and HP consume have both been increased. Taunt effect cannot be resist. So your S3, your consume damage 30% maybe go to 50%. So maybe you can give Jiang Jiuli go into demon mode a lot more faster by his S3. And then the taunt here cannot resist. This is also very strong, because if enemy doesn't have immunity on them, and if you get taunt and this taunt cannot be resist, then everyone is forced to hit Jiang Jiuli. Then R6, your Demon Reborn ability cooldown reduced to 2 turns. So originally your cooldown is 4 turns. So if you go to R6, you only need 2 turns to go to make Jiang Jiuli into demon mode. And maybe you can make Ocean Wave Jiang Jiuli to make him just rotating in his demon mode, because ability cooldown cannot affected by any ability, but it can affected by equipment set like Ocean Wave. So R6 make him able to make his demon mode to 2 turn. Then the R6 effect currently, the splash damage here will be moved to R0. Major boost for Jiang Jiuli as well. He's more focusing on PvP. Then Unas here, the changes is more focusing on PvE. Then Petros, S1, your damage always crit. S3, your damage always crits. So this is a major boost for Petros as well. Because Petros, previously you need crit on Petros, because he only crits. The 100% crits here is only on his passive. Which part? There's one part that mentioned his damage will always crit. Crit damage increase, recovery. Yeah, this one. After casting ability, the carrier performs 2 personal attack that deals crit damage. So only his passive will do 100% crit, while his S1 and S3 don't have 100% crit. So now his after the change, his S1 and S3 will always crit. So you don't need crit rate on Petros anymore. You can just build him pure HP and pure crit damage and attack. He will always crit. And this effect here, always crit, will bypass the Chuyao Spirit Aegis, because Spirit Aegis reduce crit rate chance. But if your effect is always crit, then it will bypass the Spirit Aegis. So Petros now can actually kill the Chuyao protection Esper a lot more easier. Then Rival Rune adjustment, slot 246. 246 is this one, speed attack. So instead of speed attack, they're gonna change it for HP bonus and some crit rate secondary attribute. So I think they're gonna remove the crit rate for him, because he no longer need a crit rate. Then also increase his base attribute. Nice. Okay, Feng Shun got a buff. S1 damage have been increased, S3 damage have been increased. It doesn't matter because Nuxi doesn't need the damage. But R1, you have a new R1 effect. Taking a hit no longer consume Paper Talisman. So Nuxi, I have Nuxi like R2, right? Yeah. So R1, okay, no longer the final. Oh, I think they moved the final damage to the S1 and S3, and then taking a hit no longer consume paper Talisman is. Oh, the R6 effect. R6 effect of Nuxi changed to R1. So now you no longer consume your paper Talisman when you get hit, so you're still going to AP push your team. And then R4, new passive ability, 20% chance of stun when you do damage. So what is your R4? So your R4 originally is 20% chance of ignoring resist. It doesn't matter because you're CD up. So now Nuxi have a self-built stun set for free. So you no longer need to build your Nuxi to stun set. You can go for like wind set or maybe harmonic set or maybe ocean wave set. Then R6, at the start of Nuxi active turn grants all allies immunity for 2 turns. Every time Nuxi take a turn, your team is going to get immunity, and you prevent counter attack. Oh, prevent counter attack when attacking is the Windlock R6 effect. This one, the Tick 5, Windlock R6 effect. Before this one, you can't be damaged or dealing damage won't trigger counter attack. This effect, the Tick 5 effect, is going to apply on Nuxi, but it's not going to be called Tick 5. But whenever Nuxi at R6 and when she take action, everyone get immunity and you prevent counter attack. Oh, you still get damage. So true damage from Nuxi will still reflect to your Esper, but counter attack won't trigger. So it's a very good counter against Suicide and Momo because you won't trigger that counter attack, and Esper who is using Avatara set as well. Nuxi R6 will be the next meta PvP Esper because self-build stun, self-build immunity every time she take an action, and self-build Tick 5 from Windlock as well. Very strong, very strong. So assuming they build it, Nuxi is going to be very high speed based on the rival rune, speed set and HP set, and now she's going to have stun effect, have AoE dispel, AoE skill extend, AoE AP push from the paper Talisman, AoE stun because every time she attack you have a 20% chance to trigger stun, AoE immunity, and AoE Tick 5 effect. Nuxi R6 is going to be very strong, very strong, but mine is R2, so it doesn't matter for me. Okay, then Raven, all her damage have been increased. Raven already is our speed cliff queen, and they still increase her damage. This is very good news. Then only buff her R6 effect, so the R2 effect here and R4 doesn't change. So like HP above increase damage, your S3 cast reset, your S2 cooldown doesn't change, but your R6, the defend down effect on ability 3 is inflicted before the damage lands, which is your current R6 effect. Your R6 effect now, you land defend break first before you do damage. Then at the start of Raven active turn, there's a chance of resetting ability S3 ability cooldown. How many chance we have no idea. Let's say 25% chance. Then every time Raven take her turn, she have a chance to reset her S3. And then when you cast S3, because you have R6, means you have R2 effect. So when you cast S3, you're gonna reset your S2. So she can do S3 and then slap with S2. The S3 will do speed up on her, damage everyone while also apply defend down. Then you use your S2 to reduce the max HP capacity and do damage. Then let's say you build her an Astro set, you get a bonus turn. Then you have a chance to get reset at your S3. Then you reset your S3, you cast your S3 again, and you cast another S2. I think Raven here also be very strong for PvP, and maybe when you have R6, maybe you can also do for some PvE content for Raven as well. Very strong update. And then other adjustment, base attribute increase, phase 5 ascension change to speed up. Phase 5 ascension. Oh, so no longer getting accuracy, you're gonna get speed up buff. Yeah, very strong update. But what makes me surprised is like my previous video, the which Shimmer Esper should get a buff, right? They got a buff, but surprisingly Cecilia dodged the buff. like Cecilia didn't get a buff. Raven got a buff, Una's got a buff, Nuxi got a buff, Jiang Jiuli got a buff, and then Petros got a buff. Like Mingshuo is already strong, Zihe strong, Moriyama strong, Wu Yu strong, Iki strong, Tolan strong. Anna is very strong at early game to early end game. Then Champion is strong, average strong, Tower is also strong. Like only the few Esper here, I'm surprised that Cecilia didn't get a buff. But yeah, based on the patch note here, everyone is getting a very juicy buff, especially Unas is gonna have a major buff. I'll be making their test video at PTR server when it's update. Then I'll make into more detailed video of trying out in-game battle. Then it will be a more detailed explanation. But overall, it's a very strong Shimmer buff. A lot of the Esper R6 effect originally moved to R0. That's what made them so strong, and the base attribute increase. I'm also curious, like how much is the base attribute increase? Maybe Shimmer have a higher base attribute. So yeah, what do you guys think about this Shimmer update? We haven't go through the patch note because the patch note is not out yet. This is just purely the Shimmer Esper buff. So yeah, feel free to comment down what do you guys think about this Shimmer Esper balance update, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JNMP, Epic Bullet Boy, Sky Elk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Emu Kragan, Calamity, Rocco Senzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.